crap, it's been so long. I forgot how to set up to do a little video. Hey everybody, how's it going, eh? Todd Cheap Drums Guy. Happy 4th of July. Or as I like to say, happy we just kicked the crap out of King George Day. Well, no, I really shouldn't say that. But it is, well, actually, today's the 5th? I can't freaking read this. Oh, yeah. Today's the 5th of July. Yesterday was the 4th. So the fireworks and scaring the crap out of the dogs. How's it going, eh? It's been a while. Lots of things have happened. Lots of things have happened. My work truck. My beloved work truck. My 2014 Peterbilt Gypsy Danger died. Yeah. Poor old girl. Her turbo failed. And to replace the turbo, it's $16,000. So they call corporate and they say, well, the truck's a 2014. And in all actuality, we probably don't want to spend that much money on a truck that old. Why don't we? Because you're getting a new one anyways. So they nixed the idea about fixing the turbo. And then I need new wheels or new tires on my drop axle. Those are the only tires that haven't been changed on my truck at all. And those are over 10 years old, and legally they can't be more than 10 years old. So there's another $1,000 they'd have to cough up. And then there's just a couple little odds and ends wrong with the truck. A couple more $1,000 probably. But it's more than the company wants to spend. I had a new one being ordered anyways. So they sidelined my truck, and I got a rent-a-denter from Ryder in Grand Rapids, Michigan. One of the stores our corporation bought down in Grand Rapids had a truck sidelined they weren't using, and they were still leasing for like $3,000 a month. So they brought it up north, and oh my God, they had never cleaned it evidently. The truck is, my gosh, 7 years younger than my truck that broke down, but it looked almost twice as old. They never washed it. They never cleaned the inside evidently. It's just absolutely terrible. It's a Freightliner, and if you drive truck in the United States, generally Freightliners aren't highly regarded. Oh well. It's not a bad truck. It's just something I got to get used to until my new truck gets here. And my new truck gets here anywhere between August and December. You know, you're a $40 billion corporation. If you order something like a truck, you think you know exactly when it was going to come in and exactly what make and model it is. They have no clue. Civilian corporations are fucking idiots. Fucking stupid people. But anyways, so it's been well over a month since my last video. I've been playing quite a bit, and I played so much to the point where I had to take a break for like 3 weeks also, just because I was just kind of sick of the drums. I haven't changed the set since I set up the Army Green set. I haven't changed it. The Olympic, the maroon one, is slated to go up next, but I just haven't changed this one out just because I like playing with the 1 up 2 down configuration. I call it a chopper. Yeah, I just like this configuration, and it with all the AC/DC I've been playing a lot lately, it just kind of suits it, the music style quite a bit, and so I've kept it down here. But I got a message from a subscriber about a week ago, and it says like the 3rd or 4th one similar to it I've gotten, and I thought I might as well address it with this video. And the guy asked, he goes, why do you bother with the drum dial? And he goes, I've heard your tuning on your drums, and to me they sound better when you didn't use the drum dial as opposed to when you did. So I thought that was kind of interesting. He thought my tuning sounded better than what the recommended tuning on a drum dial was. Well, we're going to explore that today. I don't know how true that is. I've had a lot of people say the drum dials, you're using it like a crutch. No, I'm not really using it as a crutch. It's just something just to make things go a little quicker. Generally, like when I'm doing this video, is that clock even on? I'm not sure if that battery in that clock's died or not, but generally when I do a video, you know, that hour hand's going around, up, it is working. But I already say you can watch the clock just change, you know, in the length of the video. And as much as drum heads as I change and switch around, being able to knock it out really fast is quite beneficial. I'm not using it as a crutch. I can tune the drums by ear, but he thought I sounded better when I did it by ear than when I tuned it up with the drum dial. So let's check that out today. Let's see how I do. Okie dokie, let's get this going. Probably should take these off. I really like those Evans pads. Those are really nice ones compared to Moon Gels. Moon Gels are crap. He's crap. Alright, the drum dial. For the most part on these, oh, there it is. For the most part on drum dials, batter heads are the same generally. Same with the resonance. Not same, you know, one's same as the other, but for size-wise, there's not a lot of fluctuation. So starting with the 13, we're looking at a 2-ply batter. So you're looking at anywhere from 78 to 83 on the drum dial itself. So somebody, I'm not saying who, broke the little clips off. There's 2 little clips that go on the edge here where you can slide them along there to keep in a certain range. Okay, this is the low end, this is the high end, and you move it. And that's the only thing with the drum dial I don't like, is those really wasn't well built. Too spindly, too frail, and they get lost in the mix. I have no bloody idea where they went. So, let's do this with the eyes, with the ocular orbs. If I can bloody well see this freaking, yeah. Oh, okay. 78 to 83. I should take a marker. I'm just not equipped today. Eventually, I'll take a marker and I'll just put the marks on there so I can see the general range where to keep it at. So, come here, you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these things down to a soft head, you know, with no tension on it. Then I'm going to use the drum dial to get it up to the recommended tension, and let's see where we're sitting with that. So I'll start with that, and then once that's done, I'll take them all down, take all the tension off the heads, and then redo it by ear, and then we'll go off that and see which one works better. Yeah, it'll be exciting, I'm sure. I can barely contain myself. Woo-hoo. The dummy who turned that one. All right. So that is it for the drum dial. Getting these to the recommended tunings. I had to turn the mic off for this because I want everything, well, never mind, but the mic isn't on for this, so I have to talk a little louder. But the good thing about the drum dial, like I'd mentioned before, is that it works really, you can all 3 toms I did in less than a minute to the recommended settings. Boom, boom, boom. The settings for a double ply head was anywhere from between 78 to 83 on the scale. So I put it in the middle at 80 and it was boom, 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 a minute. That's why I like doing it. That's why I don't have to sit here for 20, 30 minutes when I could be playing or screwing off doing something else. But instead I am going tap, 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 tap. It's so much quicker. And it gets you into a really nice ballpark that's easy to work with. Now generally I don't touch the resonant heads, mainly for the fact I gotta bend down and do it. So I just mess with the tops or use the Evans gels. But right now, these are set. Oh, and there's one other thing. The 13, the high tom here, is on a mount that holds 4 of the tension rods. So those are a little difficult or not as easy to work with, just because there's tension applied to those anyway. So you got to kind of be careful with that, and you have to recheck them. And because those hangers, they are nice because it allows the drum to sing better. However, but it puts unneeded and unwanted tension on tension rods. And I haven't really seen anything online where it says that it might affect the sound of the head, but in all actuality, I'm happy having it suspended like that without the tom arms into the shell itself. So the tom itself is virgin. There is no holes cut into it to mount anyway, so I have to hang it. But anyways, so let's see where we are with just the basic recommended tunings on 13, 14, and 16. Oops. I use my lightest pair. These are ProMark 5A rebounds. All right, hopefully I won't wake up what's her face. She's still sleeping. She was out watching the fireworks last night. 4th of July fireworks were pretty good here in town. She went actually up north to Central Lake and watched them up there. They have them here over West Bay. And then the bad thing about it, the 5th of July, which was of course the day after the 4th, was the end of the National Cherry Festival. And that usually has the fireworks also, and everybody says, goodbye, go home, to all the tourists. I guess they were pretty weak last night, the fireworks were, but you know, fireworks 2 nights in a row, yeah, people just don't care. My dogs absolutely hate it. Oh, but anyways, 13, 14, and 16, with the drum dial. I probably should say the shell, the shell on the 13, I believe is, I always thought that was mahogany. It might be, but it might possibly be just, it doesn't look like poplar, so it might be poplar. Who knows what it is? But these are definitely poplar on these 2 drums. Not that it really matters that much. Seems really high pitched. That's what the recommended settings. Now, of course, you go in and tweak them, and all of them are too high pitched. All of them, the heads are too taut for my liking. But that's just basic tuned up. So now I've got to go back, detune them all, and do it all by ear. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Someone's sending me a message. Probably one of my many girlfriends. Help if I get the damn... Could be the VA. What's her face upstairs? just working on a video down here. Anyways, so she just woke up. I don't have to be quiet, she says. Not right, enough already. So let me finish detuning these and then tune them all back up again. That seems a little tight for my liking. Freaking monkeys. All right. This is the last one. This is that Evans torque wrench, another crutch I use. It's not that little knurled handle, real fast, and it does get it to a certain torque. Yeah, it's another thing to help you go quicker. It's not a crutch where it's going to tune it for you. So it's all about speed, baby. It's all about speed. Boom, boom. So we should be all right. All right. You know, if I was a smart guy, I'd get these damn snare drums out of here so I wouldn't hear the freaking things rattle all the time. In all actuality, the head is tuned with itself. All tension rods are tuned with itself. It's actually, remembering the drum dial settings, it's actually pretty close. Although I did have to stop the video to detune it, to retune it all, because it took 10-15 minutes to do all 3 drums. Because I have a problem with that one, that support holder for it. So doing it that way does take a little bit longer. I'd rather save the 10 minutes. So now, did I do any better than the drum dial? Not necessarily, but this is not where the heads are just too taut for my liking. So I'm going to dumb them down just a little bit and see where we are at. Now, 16, R. David R., a YouTube celebrity, I guess, drummer. We haven't seen much of him. I think the virus killed a lot of people's YouTube stations, just for the fact that not as many people are watching now, and there's just other things to do. They're not on lockdown. So, I mean, it's the same with me, honestly. I kind of lost a little bit of interest in it just because there's other things to do. And generally, I don't get the same responses and the same amount of people watching my stuff as they did before because, let's face it, why the hell are you watching me down in my basement when you could be doing something fun at home? Yeah, so anyways, let's drop these down and so we can make them sound a lot better. Oh, but R. David R., why I mentioned him in the first place. God, I'm stupid. The 16-inch toms, he drops down to the just completely dead, just flathead, and then just brings it up just a little bit. I mean, just about as low as you can go. That sounds pretty good. However, I like to kind of blend them in a little bit, and I don't want them that dead. I like that dead sound too, though, but he takes them all the way down. Now, so that's just detuning a little bit, just on one tension rod. Okay, that's how you clean the gels. Good old saliva. Nice and sticky. Now, a little better. All right, now 14. This 14 has always been a difficult little turd. I do have to replace all the screws in there. I did try to clean. Those got a little condensation. They're rust. A little bit of rust on them. Tune with each other. A little better. That's good right there. Come get some. I'm happy with that. So you heard both with the basic drum dial tuning. Oops, forgot something. Yeah, those Evans pads work really good. I even put one on my ride because the Paiste 20-inch medium PST7 ride is a little, it sings a little too much. So those Evans gels really tone it down, bring out the pings a little bit. But that's that. In all actuality, like, it's not really fair to do it this way because the drum dial is just getting to a certain point in place with the heads. You know, when you do your basic tuning, you're doing that same also, but I didn't want, it's kind of an unfair comparison. It really is. I like the sound of my own tuning over the drum dial. Then again, the drum dial is just getting it to a certain place and then you go off your ear from there. But all it is a tool to get all the tension rods in tune, or getting the head all in tune with itself. You're balancing out the head. That's all it's doing. I don't use it as a crutch to do my tuning for me, because you have to go in afterwards and tune it to your liking anyways. So, but anyways, it was kind of an interesting little thing just to see how close I came with my own tuning, which is actually quite close. Now, like I said, afterwards you got to go in and detune a lug or two for your own personal preference and taste, and then to cut back on that unwanted noise and vibration, you throw in your own buddy, the Moon Gel. And like I said, these Evan ones are just absolutely top notch compared to the regular crap Moon Gels. But anyways, that's all I got for today. I'm Todd, the Cheap Drums Guy. I'll see you again. Maybe, maybe not. I'm getting old. Next week I could be dead. We'll see. Anyways, peace out.